right. Hey, welcome to the Community Podcast, a special shakedown edition. I'm your host, Chase Johnson Lynch, here on Big Condo Online. Please like and subscribe and ring the bell, because we endeavor to bring you the artists of merit. And I love going down in the well, digging in the crates, I might say, because I known this man for some time. He actually is international. He's like working with people around the world, and he's actually dipping into my old neighborhood with the Wu-Tang Clan. So I want to give it up, and this is a special Zoom recording and everything like that, but I'm going to give it up to my man, Red Venom. What's up, Red?
All good. How you doing?
All right, man, I'm doing good, man. It's funny how, like your new album's called Red House Revisited because we're revisiting each other here, man, because it's like we've seen each other, back in the day, it feels like, you know what I mean? But it's like good
Yeah,
to
yeah.
see you on our channel here, so welcome, mate. So
Thank you.
first thing I want to ask you though, Red, is like tell us a little bit about Red Venom. I know you got a crew. Tell us who your crew is, where you coming from, and like just give us a little taste of who Red Venom is.
Well, I first started rapping in 1986. Before that, I was a b-boy and a graffiti writer, and I sort of like wanted to be a DJ. So I was working with some DJs, and then I started rapping, like mimicking like Dana Dane and Slick Rick.
Oh my
And
God,
people,
Dana Dane.
yeah. So I used to like mimic them and like Chuck D and other people and KRS-One. Like I used to be able to do certain like impressions of Slick Rick and stuff. And then people started saying you need to start writing your own stuff and performing.
Mm.
So off the back of that, I worked with a guy called DJ Pressure, who I met with, who actually come to fight a guy at my old school, about 15 years old. And Pressure, some guy, other lad said, "Yo, this guy's a rapper." Pressure was a beatboxer and DJ. So at the
Yeah.
school gigs, he started beatboxing. I started freestyling, and then he took me down to some other people's. A guy called DJ Mello, who was a producer
Oh yeah,
for
yeah.
MCD from Echoes, who was like big on the local radio scene with Stu Allen and Bust This and all the show. And so we went down there to the studio, and then that sort of started it out. And then I kept rhyming like for years. And we had a crew called On the Strength Productions,
Yeah.
OTS, and we did some good things. We worked with a guy called Prince Cool. We was on Leaky Fresh and O&D rap Out to Distress rap show on Sunset Radio back in Manchester, like in the 90s. So we kept doing stuff, and then we performed and stuff like that. We did an anti-racism show and an anti-drug show, and we smashed it on there. It was filmed by Channel 4, but they actually banned it because I came out and told them that the politician was a drug dealer when other people were just giving it that soft, like, don't
And
do
then
drugs.
it's like it's time for you to go.
Yeah, so that got edited. And we had well, we totally got cut out, not edited.
Yeah.
And there's a guy called Cozy and Musa who danced for us, like Scoob and Scrap and Kane did.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
so we had that going on as well. And then down the years, I started like going to a few venues, and I was working with the early Fat City, Mark Ray, Grand Central,
Right.
and I went to one of their nights at the States, and I got on a lad called Eric T, got on the mic.
Wait. Slow down, bro. You went to the States.
No, the State, a nightclub called the State,
See, man, I knew I didn't hear that right.
which was called the Fever. Sorry, the Fever.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
the nightclub was the State in Manchester.
yeah.
And all the local MCs were down there. Now this is like 92, so we've gone from 86. And a lot of these people, because we're so young, didn't know about me. These were older MCs. So we
Yeah.
turned up, Eric freestyled. Now this is before 8 Mile. There was no real like white MCs, so they
Yeah, here we
go,
go. No
the mic
Eminem.
to the white boy.
Yeah.
And we was on the dance floor, and I started spitting, and I was freestyling, I was tongue twisting, and we was going into that like 90s sort of like tongue twist style, which I sort of
Yeah.
got my style from Mantronics, the
Wow.
rolling tongue style. If you remember Mantronics back
Yeah,
in
of
the days,
course.
I think, with MCT when he did the rolling tongue style, and I sort of made it a bit faster and changed it into my own thing, and the club erupted, and these guys were not happy.
No.
One of them was carrying at the time, and he wanted to pull. He wanted to shoot us at the time.
And I've been there, got the T-shirt and
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I mean? That's some history, man. That's some names you drop in there, bro, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And like, because I can remember. So now you moved up to the '90s. So where are you in the millenniums? Because that's around where I met you and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's keeping it large and in charge. If you feel me, right? So
Yeah.
how'd you get through the millennials and stuff? The two
So
thousands.
in the mid-90s, we signed to a group called Freaking English. That was our first proper release. Even though I'd been rhyming for years, I had a lot of setbacks with being so young, and my mum was not wanting me to get involved with labels and the music industry because of the way it was, a bit like corrupting parts and stuff. So in 94, 93, we dropped the Freaking English tape, and then that sort of did all right. And then I kept doing the club scene and stuff like that. And then in 1999, I actually signed to All Around the World Records
All around the world, yeah.
in Blackburn, and that was licensed out, to Warner Brothers. We did a jazz hip hop track called "Let's Get It On," and it ended up in Sex in the City, Bewitched, Miss Congeniality, which Sandra Bullock picked out herself. And it was all over.
So what? Did you get like a sync deal or something like that? So that way, every time your track played, you got a piece.
Yeah, we got a publishing thing, which was sort of like a bit. I was a 27 at the time, working in the kitchen, an Irish bar, and at the time I sort of like took the deal that was offered.
Yeah, of course. I mean, because they do kind of like f you in the drive-through. I mean, because it's kind of like it's like, hey man, I'll take whatever you giving me, bruv. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, dude, I know the story. What was the name of the track that was played in all of these different shows though?
It was "Let's Get It On."
Let's Get It On.
Which is a video on it with UK Rocksteady crew and Tough Tim Twist, the B-Boys, and Evo, and a crew from London. And it sort of like goes from the 60s, like the flat cap and jazz era, into like the B-Boy era. And that was like, there's a video on YouTube of that.
Oh man. Hey, listen, check that out. Is that under Red Venom, or was that under?
Yeah, that's under Red Space Venom. It's like that. So Let's Get It On, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I don't mean to be rushy, Red, but I want you to get to Ice-T, bro. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is not a history lesson. I want you to get to Ice-T in the Rhyme Syndicate, bro.
What happened there is I was working, like, doing the thing, like, a bit later on through the years. I think roughly about the time after I met you.
Yeah.
And I started working with Donald D. So we did a couple of tracks together. Me and Donald sort of linked very well. And then Donald I brought over here. And Donald's obviously close friends with Ice-T. And
well, not so obvious. It's just so happened I know Genius, but I'm just saying that's a mad touch though. Tell me about you first meeting Ice-T.
No, I never met Ice-T. I was
all right. This interview's over.
But it was Donald. No, it was Donald who linked me, and then ended up speaking to Ice-T, and then we said, yeah, get him involved, and then that was it. Yeah, I was sort of like working with the Rhyme Syndicate. Yeah, and doing the radio show and doing the tracks. But at the moment, Paulie Mack from the Body Count is working on us, all working as one like syndicate again, with a guy called Chill, Donald, and Ice-T, and the Body Count.
Nice one, though.
Crew.
So was that first album you told me about, the Red House?
Yeah, the first Red House album. Yeah, that was with DJ Lord Jazz. Had some features on there with Mikey D from Main Source, the battle rapper Mikey D.
Yeah.
A guy called Dren, Craig G from the Juice Crew, and quite a few others as well. Man Parish, remember Man Parish, the Boogie Down Bronx?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we redid that with Man Parish, and that's on there as well. And that's supposed to come out as a 7-single, a limited edition in the next few months, actually.
Wow. No, nice. I mean, these are like a lot of names, but obviously the people who are fans of yours will have an idea and a clue as to who all these people are, because I mean, I'm pretty sure you're dropping some science, because at one point you were telling me about the Wu-Tang DJs, right? DJ Wiz and stuff. So tell me about that.
Yeah, DJ Wiz just sort of like heard me stuff and got in contact and wanted me to be on the mixtapes, not like mixtapes, like album mixtapes with Snoop and KRS-One and them, like was featured on it. So he said, "Can you come on the album?" So I said, "Yeah, definitely." So he said, "Right, well, I'm going to work on some beats." So I recorded the stuff, and that's on there at the moment. And like Wiz is producing some of my new material after the next Red House album.
I mean, see, I mean, I'm just saying this. What's mad cool about that is that I mean, like with all these guys with all these crazy names and everything like that, it's about like I mean, everybody's important. Like when you're hanging out with crews and stuff, somebody just comes up, so yo, I'm this and I'm that, but then they got the touch because they're hooked up with other people's and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because like when you just said about Wiz, like he was like mates with ODB, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was ODB. Sorry, it was Silk Ski who was working with me and Donald and Wiz. Silk was like best friends with ODB. If you see him on some of the documentaries when ODB got out of prison, Silk's there. And me and Silk was supposed to work together on the track. We started it, but Silk passed away. Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, so working with all these guys, I mean, like, because, I mean, like, Wiz and the Wu-Tang DJs, they're from Vegas, as you said, yeah? And all that kind of stuff. And with all these years and time you put into the work, and your artistry and stuff, have you never actually played in the States? You yourself?
I've freestyled over there in 1999 it was, yeah.
So where were you? What'd you do?
What's that, Sarah?
Where were you? What did you do when you said you freestyled over there?
Yeah, it was a club. I can't remember the name of the club. It was in Manhattan. I ended up freestyling over some beats. Some people asked me down. I was over there on a holiday and I just got invited and I started freestyling the club and it's pretty good. Yeah, I had a good response, but
yeah,
we had a few too many drinks and blunts.
Yeah, but this was what, 99 you said?
Yeah, 99. I've always meant to get back over there and people have invited me over like Ed OG and stuff like that to Boston because we've been working on some stuff there.
Yeah.
Raheem from the Furious Five, but it's never come about. I'm not very good on planes, so.
Oh, really? I mean, it's just that though. I got to tell you, bro. I've interviewed a lot of artists over here and everything, and everybody, it's the dream for them, right? It's like to go, and not just to go over to the States, but to perform and to perform in New York, man. That's some big stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So congrats on that, man. You know what I mean. So I mean, now you was telling me that you guys did some videos and stuff like that. You already talked about the Let's Get It On video and everything and stuff. But you did like about 3 videos. So what were the other 2 videos?
The video was with Donald D, the mic's on. And the other one was, sorry, that's from another album. The other video was Gangbusters with a guy called Dren from Cornwall who produced it, which is the classic take on the Wild Style track. And the other video, yeah, the Wild Style track, yeah.
Are we talking about the Wild Style film?
Yeah,
so because that's your background, isn't it? The whole tagging and the graffiti and all that.
Yeah, that's like a big part of me. That's what I grew up like doing. I still venture into some of it at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we don't have to get the cops on you, bro. I mean, it's all good.
The next video was with Craig G and Donald, which was One Moment. And that's from the Red House album. And the self-entitled track was the Red House track itself, which is all these are on YouTube.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, speaking of YouTube and everything, I mean, how do people find you and everything? What's the handles for people to find your music and everything like that? Did you just said it was Red Venom without the underscore?
Yeah, it's Red Space Venom, like that.
Yeah. That's all cool and simple. So anyway, I mean, like mad history and all that, but with the lockdown and everything, you been in the studio, I presume, because you said you got a new album, which is Red House Revisited.
I've been working on some stuff. Also, I did this stuff while I was in lockdown with the Bush Camp, which is DJ Sammy Beeno from the Jungle Brothers.
Yeah, but that's the guys who perform at that Sutton Park
in Liverpool. The festival. So I did that with the mixtape album for the Bush Camp clique while I was in lockdown, and that sort of came out. But that's I'm going to be released after things ease up physically, and I think there's going to be shows from that. But yeah, I've been working on the Red House Revisited album, which is like got a massive lineup of stars on there with DJ Lord Jazz from Lord's Underground and like quite a few other people.
Yeah. You don't want to drop any names, huh? Okay, that's all good. He's like, I just dropped you some names, bro.
Who's done it? Just off the top.
And stuff. I just dropped you some names, bro. So I mean, like, so when is that album looking to drop then?
That's looking to drop hopefully the end of September.
Nice. So I mean, like, like between those last videos you made, I mean, I presume that you got a video that you're looking to make for this new album, right?
Yeah, well, we've got a video with Ed O.G. and Black Poet from Screwball. That's going to be ready in the next month.
So
So
you've
they're
already
also
shot the
on
new
the album.
video.
What's that,
So
sorry?
you already shot the new video, then? Is that what?
Yeah, we shot it. It's just been waiting to be.
So what's the name of that?
Mixed down. That's called "I Does My Own Thing," and that's produced by DJ Lord Jazz from Lodge Underground, featuring Ed O.G. and Black Poet.
So I mean, like, give me now. I make videos, huh? So I mean, give me an idea. What is that, a narrative or a performance video or what?
It's sort of like a performance sort of video, and it's live all in Manchester, and there's loads of skateboarding, graffiti on it, and stuff like that.
Well, at least you got some skateboarding. It's not like brothers standing in front of a convenience store, right? Oh. You know what I'm talking about, Red. Yeah, none of that, right? It's not just like, man, we waited so long for this new video and this new album that we're just gonna stand in front of a convenience store. It's gonna be night. Well, we can't see everybody, but you can see me though.
No, it's got all sorts of stuff on there.
Nice one. Well, so, I like the skateboarding stuff, man, because it's like good to be contemporary with the whole wild style. You probably need those scooters, those orange scooters in it, or something like that.
Oh no, just all skateboarding. My son's actually skateboarding in it as well. My son, who's 18, he's
Look
there.
Look at that, bro. Well. Look at that. You've been out for just that many years. See, I can't do math too well. But I think, let's see, you've been out since 86, right? So let's see, your son, my son is 18, so I know that, that this. So tell me a little bit about that, man, if you don't mind sharing. It's like, you've been rapping as long as your son has been around, right? And everything. And now, is he rapping or what's he doing? Or skateboarding, what?
He skateboards, but he does rap as well. But I'm trying to push him a bit more in the right direction. But he just needs a bit of confidence coming through.
Yeah.
But he's got really good. He's really good at freestyling, like me. He can make it up on the spot and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, that's nice.
Hopefully, working with him on some new material and stuff like that.
Father and son, man. So what do you call him? Blue Venom?
No. I don't think he's got a name at the moment. We're trying to work on something with him.
See, man, look at that, man. Look at that. How can you be Batman and Robin and not name your kid, bro? Seriously. You know what I mean? What kind of dad are you? And stuff like that. But at least that's all good, man. It's always good to be a positive role model and have them like follow into your game, but also teaching them the right way and stuff like that. Because I guess for being in the game this long, you gotta admit it's hard game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's very hard.
I mean, it's not just that easy, bro. And I'm not trying to say you had it easy, but I mean, it's good that you kind of like trying to pass off the wisdom and all that.
Yeah, well, we're teaching at the moment. I'm teaching workshops as well for the Manchester Hip Hop Archives, for the younger kids. Go around teaching Manchester hip hop history and hip hop history, and we're pulling some of them kids aside, seeing who's got potential to be artists and stuff and record with.
Yo, man, that sounds wicked, man. Like KRS-One came to Liverpool and he wanted to do this whole hip hop museum thing because he loved like the vibe and the music of the city and stuff. But like he was feeling like, yeah, man, that's what we need is like this kind of to respect. I mean, especially when you talk about wild style. See, I'm from the Bronx, right? So and I'm old enough to remember that whole wild style stuff, and it's just like. It is something like a period of time that needs to have that kind of respect. So I like the idea of what you're saying about this whole hip hop archives. What is that, a Manchester thing?
Yeah, Manchester with Unity FM. It's with the station down here. So
nice one. Big up Unity FM for like looking out for the history and respecting it. Okay. Yeah, so. I was just saying, bro. You supposed to say, yeah, right on, man. I mean,
big shout to Unity FM.
All right, bro. He's like, I don't care about them.
No. I was just like with the flashback and stuff like that. It's just some days.
Yeah. So anyway, man. So I mean, like, this has been like a historical moment in time. Like to be able to. I'm probably sure that you share these stories with some of the youngers that you probably even naturally talking to. Let me just ask you, man, what would be like kind of like one of your what is like one of your wildest experiences, like being in the game and stuff like that? as a rapper and stuff like that. You already said, you know, hey, listen, man, it came out before 8 Mile, bro, but I still get no respect. You know, but what would be like for you, like a wild or funny experience that you could share?
A funny experience was having a battle rap on stage and falling through a gap in the stage and it turning into a fight.
Well, that happens all the time, man. What did you do? Try and do a mosh pit or something like that?
Well, I saw they were spitting, and it wasn't supposed to be a battle rap. We was just there, and I pushed him, and he fell
Oh,
down the gap in the stage, and
oh
then it hit
man,
me, and then I swung the mic and it hit him on the head, and
yeah,
then the rest is history. But we're all good friends now, in a way. But that
yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah. We're all good friends
some
now.
experience. That and
Yeah.
KRS-One walking up to me one time and
Oh
going,
yeah.
"You're Donald D's friend," and I was totally like, my mouth went to jelly. That was at the warehouse projects in Manchester.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, nice one, man. So you met KRS then? Was he still
Yeah,
talking
met him
about?
a couple.
Was he talking about his ideas for that whole hip hop archive scenario?
No, he didn't mention anything. It was like a few years back. It was just a brief experience because I did meet him the first time in Leeds with Kenny Parker. And
Mm-hmm.
when I was a kid in 16, they performed in Manchester and Boogie Down Productions. And I actually, one of the bodyguards, Bush, I can't remember where he's from, I think he was from the Bronx, a big bodyguard. We was out writing, I took him to a camera shop. So he
Mm.
said, "You come down, I'll help you meet BDP." So I said, "Yeah." So I went to the International, a gun went off in the club and they won't let us in. And then he said, "Come to the hotel," but I had to go out with a meal with my parents and stuff. So I
Yeah,
didn't end up going. So I told Kenny Parker this story, and Kenny Parker's like, "Wow, I've not seen Bush for years."
yeah.
So just like a small world, and then we ended up on stage with KRS-One and Supernatural and stuff like that.
Wow. Wow, man, yo, listen, man. See, sometimes you just gotta be in it to win it, don't you? And stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it's like much respect there and everything like that. You know, because like when Rhyme Syndicate actually like goes out and performing and everything, you know, I mean, they it's gotta be pulling mad crowds, wouldn't it? Like, what would you
Yeah,
say
yeah.
would be like your best performance? You know, we had like the biggest crowd going and all that kind of stuff. What's that memory like for you?
Well, that was pretty good. That was the Brixton Academy. Well, the
Mm.
Manchester Academy and Brixton Academy. We supported Ronnie Size at the Brixton Academy, and it was like a massive crowd with the freestylers, and it was sort of like a drum and bass thing. But we ended up on the start of it, and it was just like wild. I mean, the amount of Jack Daniels we drank that day before we even went on, we were that nervous.
Yeah.
But it was a great crowd, and the
Mm.
Manchester Academy one was brilliant as well when we played there back in the '90s with CRF and Pressure.
Hmm. Wow. Well, you know, like just like in a tribute to, you know, like as we were starting to wind down, in a tribute to the shakedown, you know, I'll do a shout out to my man Royce as far as sick list, you know. So I mean, like I'm gonna ask you, what is your sick list? Which would be like your top five rappers, man. Since you such an old school brother and everything like that, I'm hoping I get some old school answers. But hit me, bro. Top five rappers, man, from the old school. None of
It's a
that.
bit tough, but
None of.
I've got
Come on, you could do it.
Rakim, Big Daddy Kane,
Of course. See.
KRS-One, Chuck D,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Lord Finesse. And I've
Oh,
got a lot that would come into that top five, but that's what I'm going off experiences. And Guru from Gangstar was heavily influenced me. And I met him at the Hacienda years ago, and he was a dead nice guy and wanted me to get up and rap and stuff.
yeah,
We did
yeah,
Jasmine Tasto, and I met Donald Byrd, and it was an experience. That was a crazy experience.
yeah. I mean, you know, that's how it usually is, man. I mean, a lot of brothers are real in this thing. It's like if they can get a sense of you and everything, it's like all mad love in it and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. There's a UK rapper there, like going back to a story, staying at High Wycombe at friends, called MCM from Caveman. And the girl said, "Oh, I know him." And we went round to his house. Oh, he was so cool and that. Just a nice guy, me and my son. And it was
Mm.
great to meet him. He was the first like UK rapper I can remember signed to was it not low profile? Profile Records, sorry.
Profile records, yeah, yeah.
And to meet him after all these years and just such a down to earth guy, him and Blade as well,
Hmm.
the skinny man. When I met
Wow.
him at the chip shop in London, came down, he said, "I come to see a freestyle." He was like, "Wow, it's an experience." I didn't even know they knew about me.
Yeah. Well, see, man, but see, when you've been around for a while, bruv, I mean, you know, it all comes out, right? Doesn't it? And everything.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Now, before I go, man, I tried to do one of these interviews and I didn't say up front and everything like that. I can only just look like this. Oh man, I sure wish we had time for you to drop like a 16-bar freestyle. Okay, maybe not. So
yeah, I can drop it for you.
There we go, bro. Hit me with a 16-bar freestyle, bro. The 16 bars, man. Go for it.
Straight off the head when I come in this. It's the R-E-D, you can spell it the red. The freestyle and then they make it what's acrobatic. Sure to catch me in the party because I know for doing damage. I grow to grab the microphone, the flow, the flip, the rip, the come, and the roll, the show. The forget the fest, the big, the best, to come to go to give it a show. We're talking about, damn, this is how it go. Straight off the red for the radio. I'm this R-E-E-D, spell it M-C, but you can put it in poetry, emotion, lyrical devotion. Take your mic here, deeper than the ocean. Wait a minute, this can't be with the derivative on vivid, rhymes explicit.
Woo-wee. Now the only thing missing,
I'm a bit rusty today because of the heat. It's so hot.
Hey, listen, I didn't preface you with that, but you hit me with it. You had the brave heart of a soldier. All thing I was gonna say was, where the hell was the shout out to Chicks? You know what I'm saying, bro? It was a freestyle. Don't worry about it, bro. That was magic. See, now we all get to feel your vibe, man. Now, I'm pretty sure that the people who are watching will definitely hit you up with that Red Venom. Like now, Red Venom on YouTube, or you Red Venom on all the socials?
All of it, except for Instagram, which is the real Red Venom, and that's like a long story. That's because someone complained that wasn't a superhero. But when I got the name Red Venom, there was no Red Venom character.
There's no Red Venom. Listen, there's a Venom character. There's a character called Carnage that wears red. Has nothing to do with calling Carnage Red Venom. So that person's stupid.
The Red Venom name came in '89 when at a party I was mixing drinks and someone went, oh, that's a Venom. I went, it's a Red Venom. I had a curly high top at the time, a red high top. And that's where the name Red Venom come from.
Nice.
People says it because I go red when I spit, but it's not.
Well, I was going to say you look red on this TV, but hey, I just thought it was the magic of television. So anyway, listen, man, Red, I want to thank you for doing this. And on Zoom and everything else like that, there might be a little sound quality. I hope people can understand that. But I hope they also enjoyed, like, watching a legend walk through his steps in life, you know what I'm saying, and everything. So I just want to thank you very much for joining me here on Big Condo Online. All right, so give it up for Red Venom. Check him out on the socials. Look for the new album, Red House Revisited, and then also look for him. I'm pretty sure he'll be playing in the club near you when we all open up very, very, very soon. No problem, Red, man. Totally appreciate you coming.
The link again.
Yeah, no, definitely, man.
Work on a video soon as well. That'd be cool.
Yo, bruv, you know where we are because, we Wu-Tang, man. Wu-Tang. And I'm just letting you know, we do videos here at Big Condo Online. But thank you very much, Red. I really appreciate that. I want to thank my little director in the house because this is a whole weird system for her working that out and everything and stuff like that. I'm only shouting out because, somebody's in the room. But anyway, I'm Chase. This has been This has been the Community Podcast Shakedown Edition. And you know what? We out of here.